Real quick, before we get to talking about protein, I have to mention my New Year, New Strength program because if you sign up by December 31st, you can get 2025 pricing, which is the equivalent of saving $100 because as of January 1st, it goes up to 2026 pricing for the 2026 year. But it is an 8-week program to build the foundations for your strongest year yet. So use the link in the show notes to sign up, get in on this program now, and we start January 5th. So now onto protein, because you've probably noticed that protein is everywhere. There are protein chips and cereal and ice cream and pancakes. And I wouldn't be surprised if somebody slapped a high protein label on water at this point, although maybe that's illegal. I don't know. But let me say this first. Protein is super important, like super important. So I'm not mad that it's getting the spotlight right now. It's one of the first things that I look at when a client of mine starts tracking their food. It helps you stay full. It builds muscle. It keeps your metabolism humming along. So yes, it makes sense that we are all trying to get more of it. But just because something has protein in it doesn't mean it's a good source of protein. And here's what I mean, because this is something that I run into all the time. And honestly, myself, I thought this for a while too, but take peanut butter, for example. We love peanut butter here in the health and wellness world, right? It's a staple. We put it on apples and toast and spoons. And as Guy Fieri says on Diners, Drive-Ins, and Dives, he says you could put it on a flip-flop and still think it's delicious. That's peanut butter in a nutshell. And yes, it does contain protein. The label says so. But it turns out that peanut butter is actually just a good source of fat that happens to have some protein in it. So here's the math. Peanut butter has about 4 grams of protein per 100 calories. And so if you compare that to foods like boneless, skinless chicken breast, there are 19 grams of protein per 100 calories. It's nearly 5 times the protein for the same amount of calories. So are you starting to pick up the difference here? So I'm not hating on peanut butters. I am still a Reese's girl through and through, I promise you. And so I'm not saying that you can't have it or sneak it in where you wouldn't otherwise. That's totally fine. But what I want to get through to you is to not let the marketing fool you. So just because something has the protein label on it doesn't mean it's actually helping you hit your protein goals in a meaningful way. It's not the best bang for your buck. It can actually be kind of sneaky. And so if we don't know what to look for, it's easier to fall for it. So here's a good rule of thumb to use is that a good, in quotes, good protein source has 8 to 10 grams of protein per 100 calories. And that means that the food that you're eating is about 30 to 40% of calories from protein. And so no, this does not mean that you can't eat other foods, obviously. It also doesn't mean that the protein doesn't count if it's not one of those good sources. It does. But it does mean that you can start seeing through the BS of food marketing. When you actually turn it over and look at the label and see, it's super helpful when it comes to either maintaining or losing weight. Even if you're trying to gain, this stuff is really good to know. So the next time you're at the store and something screams like, I have protein, I'm a high protein, I've protein me, protein this, protein that, just take it off the shelf, flip it over and check the label and you can do some quick math. So again, 8 to 10 grams of protein per 100 calories. Is knowing the difference between contains protein and good source of protein is how you can stop falling for that marketing hype and start making choices that actually move the needle in terms of your weight goals. So that's today's daily bit of fit. Take it and run or walk or stretch. Just go move. That's it for today's daily bit of fit. I'm Coach Mack from Running with Bacon, reminding you that small steps really do add up. Make sure to follow or subscribe so you never miss a bit. And if today's episode hit home, send it to a friend who might need it too. And if you ever want a quick pep talk tailored just for you, DM me on Instagram because I'm always happy to send some encouragement your way. You can find more support and my health coaching resources at runningwithbacon.com or come hang with me on Instagram for some healthy fun. Until next time, keep taking those small steps because you don't need a perfect plan, just a consistent one.